over the hump though, what were they doing that was making things so difficult for you guys?
Well, I mean, Jackson individually had a very good night, big night. Bain made a lot of plays, made a lot of shots. Those two guys, both off the dribble getting to the basket, and then, a couple big step back threes in the second half. So those two guys individually played really well. And then they're kind of the guys around them in the first half, made shots. Yeah, they played well. I think 69 in the first half is probably the difference. Second half, significantly better defense, but not enough to climb out of the hole.
What did you see from Devin Booker in his return tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to have Book back on the court. His leadership, his toughness, so, we're always happy to have him. And, he did some things for us. I think 9 assists, playmaking, so it's good to have Book back playing.
Coach, it looked like Brad maybe hurt himself around the 440 mark of the first quarter, but he played the whole first quarter. Did he give you any indication that, hey, I'm hurt or my hips bother me or no?
Yeah, I mean, I actually think it may have started on the first play of the game. I think he got to the basket. I think took a fall there, and then I think there was a second fall at some point. And he was there were some tender steps or some signs that he might be, but he never said anything to me about needing to come out. He fought through it. Kind of just rode him because I felt like we needed him and Kevin to stay in touch in the first quarter, and I think once he came out, I think it tightened up, or it became obvious that it was something more serious.
The other thing I had was with Bain, obviously they would just get a screen for him and switch, and he kind of was getting a favorable matchup. How much is it going to be imperative, say, for Josh or Ryan to just say, hey, look, they get the switch, I need to stick with that guy?
Well, I mean, there's different ways, you can play, some of the like size pick and rolls, and, sometimes we try and keep the matchup, maintain the matchup, but, if we switch it, whoever switches onto them, we gotta have the great individual pride, great defense there. I think everybody, regardless of really who was on them, there were times where Bain made tough shots and tough plays. So credit to him.
Coach, between the injuries and the losing streak, what is the frustration level like right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's never easy. This league, we have guys that have won at a high level, that have high expectations, high standards. But I think the leadership and the guys, stay together, keep the fight. The defense in the second half. We got to find ways to get better. So, these are not easy times, but our guys will find a way through it. We'll find a way through it together.
And then have you been given any indication in terms of Grayson's shoulder soreness and Brad's injury, the severity of those?
No, a little bit of Grayson update, kind of after the game. Just, again, something that happened in practice yesterday in scrimmage. And his shoulder's just not in a place where he could play today. I think we'll know each day, as I think we have a couple days without a game. So we'll see how he does through the next, 48 hours, 2 days.
To your point on the significant difference in the defense between the first half and the second half, we've seen a couple of those games recently. When do you as a coach expect your team to sort of pick up the pace sooner in games to avoid having to chase it in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, every game is different. We get different questions. We've had tough third quarters. We've had tough starts. It's playing 48 minutes. We got to find a way to play 48 minutes. Tonight we were better in the third quarter. I think it's just finding that way to be good. From start to finish, more of the 48 minutes. There's just not enough of those. That we can hold our hat on right now.
Last question, Dan.
You gave also some early minutes in the first quarter. Was that just to help with getting size matchups, with Jackson in there, with Plumlee as well?
No, Mason got 2 quick ones, so I think Mason had, his second foul at about the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. So, Mason's somebody that, we're going to need to play a lot. And so, a lot of faith in both Mason and Oso, but with Mason getting a second quick early one, just, went to Oso. And those guys ended up probably playing about the minutes that we would expect. So it was just the early 2 quick ones on Mace. All right, thanks, guys.
Happy New Year.